Okay, this question very easy, but it's easy for us to make mistakes as well. But if you follow my way of doing this question, then you would not make any mistakes. So I'm just going to show you the first three. The rest, I will show you the full answers to let you mark yourself, okay, if you have attempted. Write up the above transactions in the books of P. Harriet. When the question asks you to record something into somebody's book, that means we are that somebody. Okay, we are P. Harriet, balance area account. Okay, if you notice, there are many key accounts here. Cash account, capital account, purchases account, and so on, okay, which runs from that page earlier all the way until, okay, few pages later until here. Okay, many key accounts here is meant for you to master your data entries. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to just show you a few because it's very repetitive. If you know the data entries, then you know how to do, right? P. Harriet had the following transactions in the month of March 2018. Let me see who is not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Started in business with cash of 8,005. This one, whenever you do a question involving a lot of key accounts, determine what to debit and what to credit first. Started a business with cash 8,005. We should debit cash, credit capital. Okay, you should know this, debit cash, credit capital. After determining what to debit and what to credit, remember to always write numbers first. Remember to always write numbers first into the T account, then only you write details, then only you write the date. Agree? Okay, if you follow this, then you will not make mistakes. If you go on and write date, details, and then followed by numbers at the end, you have a very high chance of making mistakes, really. Okay, I have seen many students. I know what are their common mistakes. Okay, now, number one, we have determined, right? We go on and determine the second and third one as well. Then we record into the T accounts. Bought goods on credit from W. Young. Can you credit cash? No. Can we credit bank? No, because we have not made payment on credit, right? So we credit the supplier's name. Credit W. Young. Then we debit purchases. Okay, credit W. Young, debit purchases. Don't worry, I'm just going to show one more. The rest you settle on your own. Paid rent with cash 210. Credit cash, debit rent. These are basic things that you should have mastered. Okay, credit cash, debit rent. Okay. Okay, after showing you the tab entries, let's record into the T account, shall we? So following this sequence, numbers first, then details, then the date. Always remember what to write for the details. Details always refers to the name of the other account, name of the other account. Let's say you are working on cash account, that means the other account is capital. If you are working on capital account, that means the other account means cash. Now, show you here carefully. Debit cash means go to cash account debit side, okay? Go to cash account debit side, write figure there. Go to cash account debit side, write number there. So 8,005, right here, okay? Then don't rush into writing the details and date yet. You have to position the numbers correctly for the credit entry as well, right? Okay, now we credit capital. Credit capital means go to capital account, credit side, write the number there first, 8,005. Okay, after you have positioned the numbers correctly, then you have reduced the chance of making major mistakes, really. Okay, after you have positioned the numbers correctly, you are quite safe already. Unless you don't know how to write the details. Okay, otherwise you should be able to do the rest correctly. Details, name of the other account, write cashier. Details, write capital here. Okay, is the date easy to write? Yes, date is the easiest to write. Don't do the easy thing first. Always do difficult things first, right? Okay, that's what we follow, right, in life. Okay, do difficult things first before you do easy things. Okay, there's a in Mandarin 成语, right? Okay, I'm not too sure what it is. I've forgotten. So the date 1st March 2018. You write on your own. Okay, 2018 1st March. Okay, do the same to the capital account. Okay, write the same date. Okay, now I show you one more. I think the third one you do on your own. Okay, so here carefully again. Debit purchases account mean go to purchases account, debit side, write a number there. Go to purchases account, debit side, write a number there. The 420. Okay, so debit purchases, this means debit purchases. Then credit what? Credit W Young, right? Meaning going to W Young account, credit side, write a figure there, 420. Okay, once again, after you have positioned the numbers correctly, then you can work on the details. So details are always the name of the other account. W Young here, purchases here. Then you write the date, 2nd of March 2018. Okay, finish. Okay, so that's how you record double entries into T accounts. Okay, write numbers first, then write details, then write the date. And another thing to mention about the date, sometimes students, they wrote it like this, 2018 March, maybe 8. Don't do like this. Otherwise, you may face a major problem later. Okay, you may not have enough space. So always squeeze 3 of these components of the date into one single box, like what I did. Write the month here, year here, and the day here. Okay, 3 of them together in a single box. Okay, so yeah, that's it from me for this question. The rest, I will send you full answers. If you have attempted, please mark on your own. Okay, because it's very repetitive. Unless you have problem, then you let me know in the WhatsApp. Okay, but this should be easy. Okay, this should not be difficult. We see the next question. Few more questions to go, right? 1, 2. Okay, 2 more questions. Okay, after that, we move on to the next set of papers. Okay, here, not too sure if you have printed, okay, but if you have printed, then it would be good. Okay, question 2, insert. So always look at what they want us to do first. Question A, insert the missing numbers in 1 to 3 in the above document. That means you have to fill up the blank here, 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 right? Okay, one of you asked me whether the stationery account should be empty. No, all the accounts here are usable. When do you touch the stationery account? When you do the 7. Okay, so only when you bought goods, then you debit purchases. Never think that whenever you buy anything, you debit purchases. Okay, that's a common mistake as well. I guess you have debited purchases. Okay, even though you have not told me. So ensure that you debit stationery. Okay, debit stationery. Okay, and then now continue. Okay, now come back to this. So have to read from the top now. Never think that all other lines are not important and just focusing on what you are answering, okay? Sometimes other parts of the question give you some hints. Every line is here for a reason, okay? Never think that lines without numbers means useless. Don't read them. No, okay? Must read every line, really. That's another common mistake made by students. They think that focusing on answering the question, ignore other things, I think they are useless. No, you must read everything. Aisha is a retailer. She buys goods on credit from cartel wholesaler. Who are we? We must be Aisha. They exchanged several documents during September 2019. That means a lot have been going on between them in September. Following incomplete document was issued on this day. Sender of a document is always in the middle on top. The name on the left-hand side is always the recipient. Okay. Next, to let you remember who is supplier and customer, credit note is always sent by the supplier to the customer. So Kadil is supplier, Aisha is customer. Okay, so this is a very important fact here. Supplier always send a credit note to the customer, and it's about goods returning. Okay, it's about goods returning, the issue here. So here you have 70 units, and then the items less 20% trade discount. Reason for issue, correcting overcharge on goods supplied. Okay, now number of units, how to find? Simple mathematics here. $59, okay, 59. Then less 20% trade discount. Sometimes they want you to find the percentage. Sometimes they let you find the figure of discount. Okay, so 4130 times 20%, 826. Okay, less, right? Less means minus. So 4130 minus the 826. You should get 3304 here. Okay, simple, yeah. This is not difficult. Name the person who issued the above document, the question B. Okay, I told you already, sender of a document always on top in the middle. So write Cardew here. Okay, suggest one reason why a credit note may be issued other than correcting an overcharge. Okay, it's quite a challenging question here because whenever we see a credit note, it's about confirming to the customer how much can be deducted, right? Confirming to the customer how much can be deducted. So one of the reasons a credit note is sent is probably supplier has overcharged customer. So credit note is sent to confirm how much can be deducted. Let me write down, yeah. Credit note is used to inform customer how much can be deducted. Okay, if the supplier has overcharged customer, and once they have realized it, they will inform customers how much can be deducted. Okay. So in what other situations you would inform customers how much can be deducted? Let's say customers have returned some goods. So you're right. Okay, after customers have returned some goods, then customers should owe less to the supplier. So the supplier will send this document to inform customers. Customer will owe less. Okay, so customers could have returned some goods. Let me think of one more, okay, so that you have more options to write in the exam. We have not seen something like this somewhere else when we were learning this discount. Let me try to think again. Yeah, Ishin, your answer is acceptable. Same as mine, just different way of describing. Okay, you can also write some goods received by the customers are 40. Okay, 40, not that means not usable. Okay, so after customers inform supplier about maybe some food that has expired, some food products that have expired, the suppliers will send us a credit note, so we owe less to them. Okay, just example. Why necessary to deduct trade discount on the credit note? This is a good question. This is a good question. Okay, it's talking about this one. Remember, I always tell you a story. One day I sold some goods to you. One day I sold some goods to you, and then I give you 100% trade discount. Okay, that means you should not pay, right? Because 100% trade discount. I know not logical in real life, but I'm just giving you an example here. So you took the goods and then you went back home. Few days later, you return all the goods back to me. Few days later, you return all the goods back to me. Do I need to refund you by paying you money? Of course, no. Okay. Otherwise, it's unfair to me, right? Okay. When you bought from me, I gave you 100% trade discount, and you didn't pay, and you went back home, taking the goods. And a few days later, you return the goods back to me. I should not refund you also, because I must also apply the same 100% trade discount. That's why I don't have to refund you. See the reason? Okay, so my point is this. When you are at the buying and selling stage, when you have trade discount there, when it comes to goods returning, you must apply the same trade discount for it to be fair to the supplier. Okay, so that's why you have a trade discount figure here, 20%. So how should you write for this one? I write for you. Because the Khalil to Aisha Okay. If you write, because Aisha bought goods in bulk, not too sure if it's acceptable or not, because they are looking for something else this time. Okay, they are testing you whether you are aware of the reason why you need to include trade discount when it comes to returning goods here. So you have to mention, because the earlier document invoice also involved the same trade discount. I mean, at the buying stage, you also have the same trade discount. So when it comes to goods returning, we must apply the same trade discount. Okay, so if the examiner is not strict, and you have written, because Aisha bought goods in bulk and they accept it, then you are lucky. Okay, otherwise, I think this is the answer that they should be looking for. Okay, they are not looking for buying goods in bulk this time, unless they literally ask you what is the purpose of trade discount. Then you may write, because Aisha bought goods in bulk. Okay. Mm. Okay. Now question E. Question E. Name the book of prime entry. You see in bracket they written original, meaning the synonym. Remember, book of prime entry means the same as book of original entry, in which each trader would record the credit note. Okay, who is trader? Trader is Aisha. Aisha is trader. Khalil is also trader. So you are Aisha. That means we are customer. Okay, this table, left hand side we are Aisha, when you're answering the one on the right, we are cardio, okay? You are going to record this into purchases returns journal. Purchases returns journal. If you want to write the synonym instead, then it is purchases returns table. Okay, these two are synonyms, remember? It's in your part 4. It's in your part 4 if you cannot remember. Write either one only, okay? I just show you another option. Make sure you don't leave out the word journal, otherwise it's wrong. Okay, really. Because that's the full name of book or prime entry. That's the full name of book or prime entry. Make sure you have the word journal there, purchase return journal. Otherwise, it's considered wrong. If your school teacher gave you mark for writing purchase returns, that means your school teacher has marked wrongly. Really, you must have the word journal there. That's the name of the book or prime entry. Book of prime entry used by Cardew. Cardew is supplier, right? Confirm again? Yes. Correct. Sale return journal, Crystal. So write sales return journal. Okay, so again, synonym is sale returns table. Up to you which one you want to follow. Again, the word journal here must be here. Otherwise, you don't get the mark. Okay, so I give you 5 seconds and then I move on to the next page. Okay, now next page. It would be meaningful if you have done the questions, okay? Really. Otherwise, you would just be listening to me explaining, okay? Ensure that you attend the questions before every lesson if you have the time. Okay, now next page. Question F. Name the book or prime entry in which Aisha would record these documents. Okay, you see, you must remember the name of every book or prime entry. If you don't remember all the names of the book or prime entry, that means you don't have options from your brain. You cannot choose from the 7 books or prime entry. Okay, so you have to remember all the 7 names. Let's see. If the document is not recorded, you write no entry. That means if you don't have to record a document, you don't have to, then you write no entry. Then you write no entry. On September 1st, 2019, Aisha owed Kadil 3,004. During September, they exchanged documents, including the credit note. Okay, this is a past exam question. Okay, I copy and paste from the past exam papers. It's the same thing. So you can see this paper from 2019, okay, because they wrote 2019 here. Invoice for goods means whenever you see the word invoice, it must mean that the transaction is on credit. On credit means payment has not been made. Okay, so the question is asking you how Aisha will record, right? Aisha will record into which book or prime entry, right? So we are customer here. So when we buy goods on credit, record into purchases journal. Debit note, we never record debit note. Please write no entry. Check to settle balance outstanding on 1st September less 2% cash discount. It's about payment here. The document, sorry, we don't have to mention document, right? The book of prime entry, cash book. We use cash book to record payment. Okay, whenever you receive money or make payment, you record into the cash book. Okay, we have to record check. And this is something that many students, they forget because it seldom comes up in the exam. Okay, so something to take note. Because the check is an evidence of payment. Okay, statement of account. Do you record statement of account? No. Statement of account is just a summary of transaction. Okay, inside the statement of account, you can see throughout a month, what has happened between supplier and customer. Okay, how many buyings have occurred, how many sellings have occurred, and so on. So don't have to record. Remember, these two documents don't record. Don't record debit note, don't record statement of account. Okay, now we see the next page. So this is considered simple, okay, this question. We see the next page. They ask you to prepare car deal account. Always be careful who we are when you are doing a person's account. Otherwise, everything would be wrong if you have choose the wrong point of view, really. Because if you have gotten everything the other way around, meaning maybe it should be purchases, but you write sales. It should be purchase returns, then you write purchase, then you write sales returns. That means everything would be wrong. Okay, so you have to know who you are here. Even without reading this, I know who I am. Remember, I always tell you, we would never open an account of our own name. We would never open an account of our own name. That means we are not car deal here. Okay, because it's not logical to open an account to show to ourselves how much we owe ourselves money, right? Not logical, right? Okay, do you ask yourself every day how much you owe yourself money? Of course, no. That's insane. So we are not car deal here. Okay, so that's one way to determine who we are not. So we are not car deal. That means we must be Aisha. Okay, now I remove this. We still have to read this. Okay, we still have to read this. So we are Aisha. Prepare account of car deal as it would appear in the ledger of Aisha for the month of September 2019. We are customer. Remember, we are customer. Balance the account and bring down the balance. Okay. Many students, they misunderstand that every part of the question is independent and not relating to the other parts of the question. No. You have to know that you are still doing the same question 2. Okay, you are in section G, but you're still doing the same question. So our task will be to refer to the earlier pages to look for information and record into here. And bear in mind, we are customer. And they ask you to do this account for September only, Doing a person's account is very popular in the exam, must know how to do, really. Okay, now, start from where? Start from here, because you see September 1st here. Initially, at the beginning of the month, we owe car deal 3,004. This is known as balance because it's an amount at the beginning of this month. So this is known as balance BD 3400. So record this 3400 into here, right? Balance BD. Okay, why on the credit side? Because you have to understand the nature of a supplier account. Supplier account, here is plus, here is minus. Plus means that's the side which makes us owe more to the supplier. Debit side is the side which makes us owe less to the supplier. That's how a supplier account looks like, the nature of it. The plus and minus are like this. In a customer account, it's the other way around, but we are not doing customer account here though, right? I'm just showing you, okay, here is plus, here is minus. When customers owe more to us, record on the debit side. When customers owe less to us, record on the credit side. Okay, so this is another way of determining the position. Okay, besides the double entries that you have learned. Okay, continue, yeah. I should write the date, right? September 1st. September 1st. Okay, now continue to the next date. So what do we have to record? We have to record invoice, we have to record the check. Okay, don't forget about the credit note that you saw earlier on the first page of the question. Okay, they say in addition to the credit note, do we ever record credit note? Yes, we always record credit note. So look at the document here, 18. So see where is 18? 18 is in between these 2 dates, right? So you record the 4th first, then you record the 18, the credit note that you saw, then you record the 27. Then we are finished. Okay, then we are finished. Okay, now record the 4th. Bought goods on credit 8960. Bought goods on credit in 8960. Meaning right here, right purchases. Because debit purchases, credit card deal. Okay, these are the basic data entries. Debit purchases, credit card deal. Okay, so that's why you have an entry here. What is the date again? I've forgotten. 4th, okay, 4th of September. Okay, after that, have to record the credit note. Have to record the credit note. Unless you do not know, based on this credit note, you don't know what happens. Okay, here is about goods returning. Okay, so when we are the customer, we call the returns as purchases returns. So record the tab entries. We are Aisha, right? We are customer, right? So we will credit purchases returns, debit card deal. Okay, so this is something you need to be able to do also. When you see the document, you must also know, you must also understand what happens here, then determine the tab entry. Okay, sometimes you have to do so. Credit purchases returns, credit debit card deal. Okay, now question is, what amount should you use here? Should I use 826? Should I use 4130? Or should I use 3304? Okay, everyone, I give you a chance to try. Okay, if you have not done this question, you tell me which amount should I use for this tab entry. Venjin, not 3340. Okay, hold on, yeah. Why all of you give me 3340? Let me check my answer. Oh, 3304, right? Oh, okay. Because some of you give me the 3340, making me doubt about my answer here. Let me check. 3304, 3304, okay? So remember, trade discount amount is never shown in the T account. We always show the amount that is after trade discount. So use 3304. Okay, everyone, use 3304. So here, right, purchases returns. Okay, don't tell me this is debiting purchases returns. Okay, this is debiting card deal. Focus on the position of number. The date I've forgotten. September 18, right? September 18. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. Okay, next one. 27. We pay a check to supplier. We pay a check to supplier to settle the balance outstanding on 1st September. Okay, basically what happened here is we are Aisha, right? We make payment to Cardale to settle the amount we owe to supplier on 1st September. So you have to see on 1st September how much we owe to Cardale. We are now settling that amount. It is here, 3400. You are settling that 3400 amount. So how much you pay? 3400 times 98%. This is how much you pay because it says less 2% cash discount. 3400 times 98%, 3332. Okay, so for this 27, take note, these are how your tab entries look like. You will, so we make payment, right, of a check to the card deal. So credit bank 3332, debit card deal 3332. Don't forget about recording the cash discount. Cash discount is how much? Should be easy to find. 68. Okay. 68 is the cash discount. 3400 minus 3332. So for the 68, you have to debit card deal. Then you credit what we call this as discount received. Don't write the term cash discount in T account. Don't write the term cash discount in T account. If you are a customer, you call it as discount received. If you are a supplier, you call the cash discount as discount allowed. Remember, it's in your part 3. It's in your part 3. So here we are a customer, right? So discount allowed. Sorry, we are a customer. We are receive. Sorry. Receive. Discount receive 68. These are the double entries. Okay. If you need to write down this, please write down. Okay. Many students they forgot to do the entry for the discount. So now debit card deal, also debit card deal 68. Okay, 3332 and 68. 3332 and 68. Details, name of the other account. Okay. Like this. Okay, don't forget about writing the date. 27. Yeah, have to be careful. Okay, everyone. Look at the transactions that you should record. Don't miss out anything. You are recording everything that happened in September. Okay, now balance it off. Then you are done. Okay, something easy. So I do quickly. Yeah, this is something easy. Balancing to see how much we still owe to Cartier. Credit side is straighter. Total up the credit side. 12360. 5656. That means we still owe to Cardill 5656. Okay, don't forget about the date. The date next to the CD. Date next to the CD is the end of the month, 30th. And then balance BD, first day of the next month, October 1st, still in the same year, 2019. Yeah, also remember this, something that many students, they forget. Always write the year again. Always write the year again when you have done balancing. 5658. Let me try again. But 5656 looks correct because it's a very nice number. 5656. You try again, Wen Hui. I've calculated it many times. Oh, it's stated in the statement of account. Is it 5656? Oh, yeah, correct. 5656 is written here. Okay, that means you have done correctly. Okay, correct. Yeah. But even without this is okay. Okay, even they don't show you this 5656, it's also all right. Okay, that means you don't get to check your answer. But here the question is quite kind. You get to check your answer. Okay, so 5656. Yeah, okay. Now question H. State the name of the ledger in which Aisha would maintain Cardill's account. Okay, look carefully who we are. Cardill's account means T-shaped account, Cardill. That means we are not Cardill, we are Aisha here. Okay, we are Aisha here. So here you have to remember something about the book that I keep mentioning from time to time. The book ledger, you learn it in the part 3. In this book, there are 3 sections: sales ledger section, purchase ledger section, and the nominal ledger or the general ledger section. Synonym. Okay, nominal ledger means general ledger. Don't get confused with general journal, okay? Seeing that there's this word general here. This has nothing to do with general journal, okay? This is the section name, general ledger, or we call it nominal ledger. So in the sales ledger, you have all the customers account. In the purchase ledger, you have all the suppliers account. And the last section of the book, you contains all the remaining T accounts. Remaining T accounts. Very easy one. If you see a non-person's name account, that means an account that is not a person's name, that means it belongs to the nominal ledger. Very simple. Okay, if you still remember, that's a very easy topic to do. So we are Aisha. Who is Cardell to us? Cardell is our supplier. So you write purchases. Try not to leave out the word ledger. If they are not strict, maybe they will give you mark even without the word ledger. But if they are strict, your answer could be wrong, okay? If you just write purchases. So ensure that you write the full name, purchase ledger. That's the name of the section. Okay, no synonym, yeah, purchases ledger only. Don't write purchases account, it's wrong. Okay, you have to write purchases ledger. It's the name of the section. Okay, now we see the next question. Okay, this question you have done before. I'm just going to let you know how to do again by reminding you on how to do it. And the answers, please check on your own. You can see your part 4 materials. Part 4, the question section. The question section. The first question is this question. Okay, the first question in the question section of part 4 is this question, Shiromi. Okay, not sure if you remember. If you cannot remember, then it's good to redo this question because many students make mistakes for this question. Many students make mistakes for this question. Okay, now I'm not going to do with you here. I'm just going to guide you on how to do it. Question A, enter transactions for April in the following ledger accounts. It is not necessary to balance or total any of the accounts. Okay, some revision here. Ledger account also means account. It also means T account. Okay, these three are synonym to one another, meaning the T shape. Okay, T account, ledger account means the T shape, but never call the T shape as ledger. Okay, the single word ledger is the book, not the T account. Okay, so something to remember is from your part 3. Ledger is the book that contains all the T accounts, but T accounts are known as account or ledger account, okay, or you call it T account. Okay, now how to do this question? So many accounts here, how to do? Okay, it's going to take us maybe the whole day. Okay, don't worry, I show you. It's a past exam question, okay? Look carefully. Shiromi is a trader in office equipment. So is office equipment here goods or NCA? Everyone? Okay, I let you have a chance to try. Okay, everyone, you try. Is the office equipment here NCA or goods? I wait for you to try. I drink some water. Okay, I wait for everyone's answer, yeah. Okay, Kelly, Charmaine, Vandrin, okay, you may let me know after you have thought through. Kelly, Shamin, goods or NCA? Okay, I wait for Shamin. Oh, okay. The question is whether the office equipment that is mentioned here, is it an NCA or goods? Okay, I have to answer. So when you must know what is NCA and what is goods, then you can answer correctly. NCA are the things that you keep and use in your business. You keep and use your NCA. Okay, and goods are the things that you buy and sell regularly. You think of 7-Eleven. Okay, let's think of 7-Eleven. NCA are the chillers. Chillers means refrigerators. Aircons. And then shelves. They also have the counter, right? Counter. So these are NCA. They keep and use, right? Do you go to 7-Eleven? Do you go to 7-Eleven and buy refrigerator and buy aircons? No. These are NCA of the business. Of 7-Eleven. Okay, of 7-Eleven. What are the goods of 7-Eleven? Snacks, newspapers. Not too sure if they have it nowadays. The physical newspaper, drinks, soft drinks. Okay, these are goods. So whether something is NCA or goods, it depends on what business you run. Agree? Okay, it depends on what business you run. Then you determine whether it's something is goods or NCA. If the question doesn't mention to you, if the question doesn't tell you what business they run, then you assume those that I usually tell you that they are NCA to be NCA. Okay, so they say Shiromi is a trader in office equipment, meaning office equipment here is goods, because trader in office equipment means Shiromi is in the business of buying and selling office equipment. Okay, so everyone who answered goods is correct. You did this question with me before, okay? So I think most of you have to go through whatever you have done with me. Okay, all the materials go through one time. Okay, so answer is good. She maintained a full set of accounting records, but don't worry, whether it's goods or NCA here, I don't think this is going to affect our answers later. Okay, but just to let you remember, okay, to differentiate between goods and NCA. She maintains a full set of accounting records, made the following entry in the cash book, purchaser journal, and purchase return journal in April 2017. Okay, what are these three things? What are these three things? We call them the books of prime entry. These are three of the 7 books of prime entry. Okay, cash book, purchase journal, purchase return journal. In my materials, the example of cash book is on page number 51. Okay, if you need to revise cash book, please look at 51 of your part 4. And then purchases journal and purchase return journal, they are on page 49 of the part 4. Okay, especially purchases journal and purchase return journal, many students do not know how to do this too. Okay, they have forgotten. Okay, must know how to do. Okay, so how to do this question? I give you a few examples. Here they debited cash or bank, right? Sorry, they debited cash here, they debited bank here, right? Don't tell me this is debiting sales, okay? You focus on the position of number. And this is debit side cash account, debit side of bank account. They have debited cash, they have debited bank. So you have to help them credit sales account. Okay, you have to help them to credit sales account by recording it into the sales account here. Okay. This crediting bank. This is crediting bank, right? So you help them to help them to debit rent and rates. Help them to debit rent and rates. Okay, simple. Just help them to complete the double entries. And don't forget about the discount total. Don't forget about the discount total. This should be carried to discount receipt account, credit side 156. Common mistake made by students. They use 66 and 90 instead. That means they split the 156 into 66 and 90, which is wrong. You must bring the total. Okay, you must bring the total from the cash book into here. So write 156, then here you write total for the month. Write total for the month. Okay, then the date you write last day of the month. Yeah, so this is something to take note. Many students, they forget about this, really. And then, so that's it for cash book. Okay, you should know how to do. And purchases journal. So how to read this purchases journal? Ishin, there's discount receipt. This is discount receipt. Okay. Just now when I was doing this, I read it as discount receipt. I don't want to save time, so I write in short form. Okay. So purchase journal. This is amount before trade discount. Okay, this is amount before trade discount. 4825. This is the amount of trade discount. 965. And then 3860 is the amount after trade discount, after minusing trade discount. So if you look at my materials, we would not care about the amount before trade discount. We will not care about the amount of trade discount. We ignore this figure because numbers that you will take will be this only, the amount that are after trade discount. Okay, so where do you bring these numbers to? 3860, bring it to, let me think. Okay, Lindsay account, credit side. Because we bought goods on credit from Lindsay. Okay, because this is purchase journal, right? So you bring this figure to credit side of Lindsay account. 3006, carry this to Gil account credit side. 7460, carry this to purchases account debit side. Okay, and purchase return journal 560, carry to Lindsay account debit side. Total, carry to purchase returns account credit side. I know, looks confusing, but this is what you have to know. Okay, really. So this question you have done with me before. The answers, just look into the part 4. Unless you have lost the part 4 materials, then you may have to look for the answers by WhatsApp, by letting me know. Okay, so that's how you do the question, Shiromi. So I'm not going to show the full answers, okay? It's going to be time consuming. No, throughout the question, we are Shiromi. Throughout the question, we are Shiromi. Throughout the whole question, we are Shiromi. When you are using the purchases journal, it means we have bought goods on credit. When you are using the purchase return journal, that means we have returned goods back to our supplier. Throughout the whole question, we are Shiromi. Lindsay is our supplier. Gil is our supplier. Lindsay is our supplier. Okay. Okay. So I think that's it for this question, this paper, and then we move on to the next one. Okay. Next paper is paper 1 again. So you know what papers we are going to do, right? It's all in the email that I sent to you. Make sure you download all of them in at once, okay? Otherwise, I may delete things from time to time because I don't have enough space in Google Drive. So now we look at part 6 to 10, paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, I compiled these papers myself. It took me some time. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so paper 1 again. I just want to show you again the email that I sent to you. Not too sure if you are still aware. So I show you. This one, okay, the one that I sent to you on the 5th of October. These are all the papers that we are doing now, okay, right now. So just now, a moment ago, we have finished discussing paper 1 and paper 2 for the part 1 to part 5 materials. And now we are going into this part 6 to 10 material, paper 1. Okay, now we look at paper 1, part 6 to 10. Once again, if you have attempted, then it would be perfect. Okay, because if you have attempted, when I discuss, it will be much easier. Okay, now let's see this. These are the papers that I usually give to students who are not taking accounting in school. Okay, so some of you should have done this paper. Kelly, you have done it. Ishin, I think you have also done this. No, I cannot remember though. So let's discuss this. But I don't have the question number here though, okay? But there are 35 questions here. There are 35 questions here if you count one by one. Standard time in the exam for paper 1, 1 hour and 15 minutes. 35 questions. Part 6 to 10 tests. Okay. Of course, the first page is not like this in the actual exam. Okay, now see the first one. Which item is not required in order to calculate the credit sales using a total trade receivables account? Okay, you have to link to something that you have learned. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to solve this question. You may not have any idea yet. Okay, so it says total trade receivables account. I wrote this term for you before when we are learning sales ledger control account. Sales ledger control account. So they ask you what is not required to get the credit sales amount. So in a sales ledger control account, you need to know what items are in there. Then only you know this is the one that you should take note of when you do this question. So missing figure is here, credit sales. You have to find this figure. And they ask you what items are not required to find this missing figure. An item that is not in the sales ledger control account will be the answer. Okay, so let me show you. Jamil did not, Crystal, your answer is wrong. Jamil did not maintain a double entry records during his first year of trading. Which item is not required to calculate his credit sales using a total trade receivables account? I show you my materials. You have this in your part 9. You learn sales ledger control account in part 9. I know it's very crowded here, but yours should be tidy. So you see, bad debts is here. So A is not the answer because bad debts is required to be here for you to find the missing figure. Okay, discount allowed. Is it in the sales ledger control account? Yes, yes. So you need this to find the missing figure as well. Is the C in the sales ledger control account? No. Later I explain to you again. Not sure if you remember. Receipts from credit customer means you collected some payments from customer, meaning the cash and bank here. So all these three numbers, the A, B, and C, are required for you to find the missing number for sales. That's what the question is asking you. Okay, so they ask you which one is not required. Answer is C. Okay, to know that the C is not the answer, we have to remember what you learned in part 8. Part 8, where we talk about the irrecoverable debts and doubtful debts. Remember, these two accounts, they are independent. Okay, the trade receivable account, meaning the customer account, and the PDD account, they are not mixed up together. When you record doubtful debt, you will record into this account, and there's no link to this trade receivable account at all. That means they are separate. So that's why PDD figure, provision for doubtful debt figure, should not be in the trade receivable. This is the trade receivable, sales ledger control account. Sales ledger control account, see it as a trade receivable account, see it as a total trade receivable account. Okay, customer's account meaning. So answer is C. Okay. Next question. They ask you to find capital. So how is this question part 6 to part 10 materials? Because of some items here. These items you learn in part 6, the accruals and prepayment, or we call it other payable or other receivable topic. That's why there's some overlapping here. They test you something on part 1, where I taught you accounting equation. A equal to C plus L, you learn it in part 1. Part 6, you learn about accruals and prepayment. Okay, so never always expect questions to be focused on just a single topic alone. It's always overlapping, okay, most of the time. Okay, how to get the answer? I have forgotten which one is the answer. Let's see. How much was Jason's capital? They asked us to find the C, so A minus all the L. Agree? A minus all the L. Unless you identify it wrongly, then you cannot get the answer. NCA, asset, very always right, asset. Inventory, asset. Insurance, prepaid. Insurance is an expense. Prepaid means you overpay. When you have overpaid an expense, so you are trying to think, you overpay insurance to the insurance company. That means temporarily, insurance company owes us money. So it's a current asset, so asset. Okay, this is a current asset, yeah. Trade payable, current liability. Petty cash, asset. Rent receivable, prepaid. Okay, there's no such word as pre-receive, okay? There's no such word as pre-receive, so they use the word prepaid, even though you are not paying. So rent receivable is an income. So prepaid here means somebody who pays us the rent, they prepaid us, they pay us in advance, meaning we have received in advance. We have received this income in advance. So it's a liability because you receive an income in advance. Bank overdraft liability, trade receivables asset. Okay. Identifying all of them correctly, then you can get the answer. So I circle those L because there are only 3 liabilities. Okay, so now calculate. Okay, everyone give me an answer after you have calculated. Okay, so Crystal, your answer is wrong. The first answer that you gave to me. Okay, I've calculated 2 times because there are many numbers here. So to avoid me choosing the wrong answer, I calculate 2 times. Okay, so answer is A. Okay, one of you is asking me, how is rent receivable prepaid a liability? Hold on, yeah. Yeah, correct, Crystal. I identify it as, let me see again. Okay, let me give you a conclusion, okay, about how to see whether it's a current asset or current liability. If necessary, you write down something about part 6 here. If you are looking at an income, if we over receive an income, is a current liability. If we under receive, meaning is outstanding, of course, they don't use the word over receive and under receive, but I want to make it simple to understand here. If you under receive, is a current asset. For an expense, if you overpaid an expense, it's a current asset. If you underpay an expense, it's a current liability. So look at insurance prepaid. Insurance prepaid, insurance is an expense. Prepaid means you overpaid. So current asset. Rent receivable prepaid. Rent receivable is an income. Prepaid means we over receive an income. CL. Crystal, that's how we determine. Okay, if necessary, take down this one. So this question answer is A, okay? Answer is A. Okay, sorry, give me a minute. I have to drink some water. Okay, just now I say that there's no such word as, I know, rent receivable means it's an income. So we are the one who should receive the income. And there's no such word as pre-receive. So they don't have they have not written the word pre-receive here. Instead, they use the word prepaid. Prepaid here means somebody who should pay us this income overpay to us. But you must remember, we are the one who is receiving the income here. So we over-receive. This is over-receive. Crystal, you get what I mean? Okay. Yeah. So I know the word prepaid here may give us some misunderstanding, but you must know we are looking at an income here because there's no such word as pre-receive. So they don't use the word pre-receive here. Instead, they use prepaid, meaning somebody who pays the income, they overpay us. Okay. So we over-receive the income. Yeah, correct, Ishin. Outstanding, accruals, accrued, all these three mean the same thing. See the next one. What were the credit sales for the year? Okay, that means this is the missing number. Initially, trade receivables owed 4250. On 31st of March, they owe 3940. Okay, what these 2 days are? What these 2 days are? Is beginning and the year end. Okay, if you see carefully, there are 12 months in between the 2 dates. During the year 46750 was received from trade receivable, and the return goods 1130. Okay, now you have to understand that this question, you have to do a sales ledger control account. Okay, because the missing figure is here, just like the question we did for the first one. Okay, but this time we deal with numbers. Initially, customers owe us 4250. Put it here, balance BD. Finally, they owe us 3940. 3940. Move it up diagonally. Okay. Okay. One of you asked me why is it sales ledger control account. Reason, I see the word trade receivables here. Trade receivables means customers account, meaning sales ledger control account. Okay, trade receivables means customers who owe us money. So we do a sales ledger control account. Yeah, they didn't say. They will not tell you. If they tell you to do sales ledger control account, it will be too straightforward, right? So you have to link to what you learn. Okay, it's not that easy. Exam papers are not that easy. So you have to link to sales ledger control account. That's what you learn. Yes, this can be written as trade receivable account. Trade receivable account means the same thing as sales ledger control account. That's what I show you. In the note section that I show you in part 9. See, sales ledger control account, when you were learning this with me, I told you that this is total trade receivables account, meaning trade receivables. Sales ledger control account is sales trade receivables. Okay, same thing. The way you do these two accounts are the same. Trade receivables account is the same as sales ledger control account. So if you want to write trade receivables, then you write trade receivables, up to you. Okay, it's the same thing. $46750 was received from trade receivable, debit cash or debit bank, then you credit trade receivable account. So write 46750. Then you write cash dash bank here. Okay, the amount you have actually received from customer during the year. Then the return goods 1130. This is sale returns 1130. You may have a question, why I know this is sale returns? Because there have been throughout this question, they have been mentioning our customer. When that means we are supplier. So we call the returning as sale returns. Okay, so sale returns 1130. Okay, can find the missing number now? Yes, can find the missing number now. Okay, now try. Then you tell me your choice. You should look at the question carefully. Where did the 46750 come from? Come from here. This is the amount you have received from customers during the year. Customers who owe you money, you receive this figure from them. Debit cash or bank, credit trade receivable. That's how it's here. Okay. One of you asked me why the balance PD is on the debit side here. Because customer owe us money, 3940. Closing balance, be careful. Write balance PD first, then only move it up diagonally. Okay, customer owe us 3940 at the end of the month. Write balance PD first, then we'll move it up diagonally. I got it from here. Okay, calculate. Answer is C. Answer is C. Okay, you must know that you are doing customer's account here. Customer's account here is plus, here is minus. Whenever customer owes us money, is on the debit side. And then if customer owes us less, is on the credit side. Okay, I have also drawn the plus and minus for you in the materials here. Okay, have to revise, have to revise. Revise means sitting down, read the notes. Okay, ready. There are many ways to prepare for the exam. Yeah, you may go to the washroom. You have to read the notes. You have to do a lot of questions. Okay, many things to do. Not easy. Now we see the next question. We see the next question. If necessary, you take down this account. Okay. Okay. Here is something that many students get confused with: stationary account. Shall we have a 1-minute break and then we come back to this question again? Okay, good everyone. Now we continue. We look at the next question, which is this one. It's asking you what was the balance of the stationery account on 1st January 2019. Okay, very seldom we do stationery account. Okay, let's do one. Let's do one here. First January 2018, which is beginning of the year. Jenny, a food retailer, had stationery valued at $45. So you write stationery here. Okay, so what does the 45 mean? The 45 means this is the stationery Jenny still has in the business at the beginning. Okay, from time to time, you should have some stationery, right? I cannot think of any business that doesn't need stationery. Okay, most of the businesses, they need stationery. Restaurants, they have to take order, right? Don't tell me you use iPad, okay? I know some restaurants, they use iPad. They don't have stationery. So, but most of the restaurants, they still take order with using stationery, right? In office businesses, they also use stationery, right? So at any point of time, they would have some stationery. So 45 here means the amount of stationery the business has at the beginning. Okay, and then during the year, she bought more stationery. So credit cash or credit bank, then debit stationery account. Okay, bought more stationery, 200. Credit cash or credit bank, then debit stationery. And then on 31st December 2018, she transferred 194 from the stationery account to the income statement. Okay, I need to explain to you what this means. Something we have never seen before. They say she is doing a transferring process, transferring 194 into the income statement. Meaning, you should write 194 here, then you write income statement here. That's transferring process. Okay, so what does this figure mean? What does this figure mean? In a stationery account, the 194 represents the amount of stationery used during the year. This 194 represents the value of the stationery you have used during the year. Okay, 194. How do they come up with this amount? Not easy to determine. Let's say a pen you have used the ink halfway through. Maybe you apportion it. Okay, not too sure. Okay, but 194 here represents amount of stationery you have used during the year. Stationery, let me tell you what it is. Okay, it's not NCA. It's not NCA. Okay, because let's say you buy a pen. If you actively use it in your business, then very easily within a couple of weeks you should have finished using it, right? So you cannot use it for more than a year, and stationery is not an NCA, okay? Because you cannot use it for more than a year, unless you tell me an eraser that you have bought, and because nowadays you use pen a lot, right? So you seldom use your eraser, and then you tell me you use your eraser for 3 years, 4 years, but that's a special case. Okay, we talk about a business regularly using the pen. Let's say you are a restaurant, you take order using your pen. Within a couple of weeks, you should have replaced your pen, right? You should have running out of the ink, and you use a new pen again, right? So it's not NCA because you cannot use them for more than a year. Okay, now just now I said that the 194 is the amount of stationery you have used during the year, and they ask you how much is left, how much stationery is left at the year end. So balance it, then you are done. How to balance? 245, 245. I think this is the answer. Okay, 51. Okay, transferring process is to show a figure in the income statement. Is to show a figure in the income statement. So after you have done the transferring process, stationery will appear as an expense in the income statement 194. And 194 represents the amount of stationery you have used during the year. The 51 here represents the leftover stationery in the business, the leftover stationery in the business at the year end. And where will 51 appear is a current asset. Okay, so this is something to take note. Many students, they do not know how to do a stationery account because it's something very rare in the exam. Okay, so make sure you know how to do this. After going through this question, you should be okay already. So if they ask you to do SOFP in the current asset section, you will have stationery 51 at the year end. Okay, in the statement of financial position, current asset section, you have stationery 51. In the income statement, expense section, you have stationery 194, which represents the amount of stationery you have used during the year. 51 is the leftover at the year end. How much stationery you still have? Okay, that's how you do a stationery account. Okay, now, we found that the balance is 51, right? Everyone choose me an answer, C or D. Cannot be A or B, right? Okay, so you tell me C or D. Okay, everyone, you answer, yeah, you try. Okay, I need to wait for 3 more answers. Okay, wait for Yixun, Shermaine, and Wenhui. Oh, sorry, I overlooked. Okay, Yixun, you have answered. Okay, wait for Shermaine. Okay, my question is, answer is C or D? Answer is D. Okay, everyone, not sure if you remember, when you look at the word balance, always know this as balance BD. Otherwise, your answer would be wrong. Okay, answer is balance BD. So look at this, 51, so debit side. I taught you this when we were doing the part 3. Show you, yeah. Must remember balance means balance BD. Then you will not do it wrong. Is this question, okay, Atakari? You did this question with me long time ago, okay? So you have a choice of B or C, okay? And you have to see where's the balance BD, then you can choose the correct answer. Okay, for this one, I think the answer is C. Answer is C. Okay, this is in your part 3. Okay, now let's come back to here. Okay, next question. Which journal entry is required to transfer advertising expenses to the income statement on 31st December 2018? Okay, not easy here. Look carefully. And then based on what I read here, what I can see here, I think we can do an account here. Do an advertising expense account here. Never think that MCQ question means staring at the question, process in your mind, then you circle, okay? Most likely you will circle the wrong answer, I can guarantee. Okay, always write down the workings to help you find the answer easily. Okay, because I myself have been through many accounting exams before, so I know what you will face. So please write down, okay, write down. Of course, don't have to use ruler, okay? I use ruler to show you nicely. Simply draw a T account, then you show some workings to find the answer. Okay, don't use ruler here. Okay, so let's see. So this is an expense account, right? Look for the four things, remember? Look for the four things. Opening balance, have to determine CA or CL, and then amount you have actually paid, amount you should pay, which is the transferring process. The should amount is the transferring process. Finally, the closing balance also determines CA or CL. Remember these four things? You learn in part 6. Okay, now let's read. Advertising expenses account had a credit balance of 100 on 1st January 2018. This is opening balance. How I know? That's beginning of the year. Okay, so it says on the credit side, good. We don't have to determine is CA or CL here. Okay, because they say it's on the credit side. Okay, sometimes they will tell you. So write 100 here, balance BD. That's opening balance. Okay, highlight for you, yeah, you can see easily. During the year, advertising expenses paid total 2830. Amount you have paid during the year 2830. This is amount actually paid. So double entries, credit cash or bank, then you debit advertising expenses, right? For the 2830. Credit cash or bank, then you debit advertising expenses. So 2830, cash slash bank. Okay, this is amount actually paid. Okay, having put the cash slash bank, to observe whether something is closing balance or not, you have to look for the word on or at. On or at. It says during the year, but it's not telling you on 31st December. It says during the year, and this part ended 31st December means they are describing to you this year is going to end on 31st December, but it's not telling you that it's on 31st December. It says during the year. Okay, so if you are looking at a closing balance, look for the word on or at. They will say on 31st December or at 31st December. Okay, so 2830 is not closing balance. Okay, not closing balance. Because it says during the year, throughout the year. Now, last one. These included 45 for the following financial year. Okay, it's telling you the 2830, inside the 2830, there is an amount 45, which is for the following year advertising expenses. Meaning they have overpaid, agree? They have overpaid for the following year. So is this CA or CL? Overpaid and expense? Anyone? CA or CL? The $45? An expense that you have overpaid? CA or CL? Good. CA. Okay, an expense that you have overpaid, CA. So meaning the balance BD for the closing balance is going to be on the debit side. Okay, that's why I asked you to determine CA or CL, right? If it is CA, balance BD on the debit side. Okay, now we can include it now. So this time, finding the closing balance is a little bit different, okay? Because of this line that you don't usually see. Okay, every question is unique. Never expect to see the same questions as all the past exam papers, okay? Every question, Cambridge design is quite unique. Of course, once in a while, they may repeat questions. Okay, 45, closing balance, be careful. Write balance BD first, then you move it up diagonally. Otherwise, you will make a mistake. Okay, what is common mistakes made by students? Common mistake made by students. Students may write balance CD here, 45. Because they say debit side, right? Then debit side, right? No, have to write the balance BD first. Then you move it up diagonally. Okay. Yes, 45 is inside the 2830. And they say that inside the 2830, the 45 is amount you have overpaid for the following year. So that's how you find the closing balance. Because at the year end, you have overpaid 45. Okay, we identified that you have overpaid for 45. But it doesn't mean that you should not change 2830 as well. 2830 is the amount you have actually paid during the year. You cannot change that. That's the amount you have actually paid during the year. If you reduce it by 45, then it will not be correct. The amount you have actually paid. The amount you have actually paid during the year is 2830. Then you can find the transferring process figure. Okay, let me highlight for you. Closing balance, we have finished. Missing figure is here. Okay, what is the amount? You know how to find? Should know, right? Okay. Okay. Now you can choose your answer. Okay, everyone, once you have done, you tell me your choice, A, B, C, or D. Okay, I wait for Charmaine, Ishin, and Crystal. Okay. 4 of you have answered. Okay, you have to tell me A, B, C, or D. Okay, A, B, C, or D. Okay, try to hurry up. Okay, Crystal and Charmaine, A, B, C, or D. Okay, Charmaine, you even got the figure wrong. You have to take all the numbers on the debit side here and minus all the numbers on the credit side. You should get 2685. Your answer cannot be B or D. Your answer cannot be B or D. And answer should be C because focus on the position of number. This one doesn't mean credit income statement. This means crediting advertising expense. You remember? Focus on the position of number. Position of number in this account is on the credit side. So we have credited advertising expenses. That's why answer is C. Okay. The detail is the name of the other account. So answer is C. Crystal, you get what I mean? Why is C not A? Focus on the position of number. Okay, so I think that's it for today. And those who have not done this paper, okay, go on and proceed and finish it so that it will be more meaningful to you when I discuss during the lesson. Okay, so everyone, good night. Sorry, not good night. Okay, so have a nice day. See you next week. Bye, everyone. Welcome.